Good afternoon. This is Tyra G from Frankly Speaking with Tyra G, on the road again at the Marriott, the Westfields Marriott in Chantilly, Virginia, immersed in a crowd of young, passionate leaders learning how to walk in the future of Rotary International. This is a conference, one of the many training opportunities they have prior to even taking the oath. It's been exciting. What I've felt personally walking around is passion and the willingness and the desire to collaborate with one another. They are recognizing in each other through all of these workshops that they all bring something special to the table. Well, I have someone special sitting at the table. I have Ms. Deborah Jackson with this beautiful smile, and I'm going to have her introduce herself to you, and I'm not going to give her any parameters. You just go ahead, Deborah.
Okay, well, Tyra, I appreciate your inviting me to join you here today. It's to have the conversation around leadership. I am the Leadership Development Facilitator for District 7610. AKA district trainer. A lot of people like to refer to it as a district trainer, but that is not who I am, and that is not what my role is. My role is developing leaders. We develop people. We don't train people. We ensure that people have opportunities to get to know who they are as leaders, to get to know how to structure or determine what that vision or what they value. Because oftentimes leaders do get bogged down, especially leaders of organizations such as Rotary. You know, we're very passionate, as you indicated earlier, people, but we also get stuck sometimes with how do we ensure that that passion grows and lives in our clubs. So it's my deep pleasure to be able to be here today and throughout this year to work with those individuals who are looking to build their capacity so they could build the capacity of others in their clubs.
And what her words did not say is she didn't wake up this morning and this conference didn't jump off. A good, solid, instructional, inspirational conference is a journey.
Yes, it is.
It starts with a vision. And she's had a team. They've worked hard, and I wish you could be sitting here or walking around the halls, looking through the doors at the different workshops and people's attentiveness. Yes. There's nobody on a phone texting away. They may take a picture of a chart they want to take with them. What was the most challenging part of putting together this event? Taking the leadership of putting together this very event.
Building the team, you mentioned that. This is a collective responsibility of all of us here. It's not a Deb Jackson, it's not a DGE, it's not any one individual. However, there is an individual who has a vision, and that's the district governor. And in this case,
and who is the district governor?
Our incoming district governor is Harry Henderson. And Harry had a vision that he wanted a conference that would be engaging, that, as you indicated, we want no one looking at our phones or texting. We want people who are opening themselves up to being good learners. And we wanted to ensure that that happened, and we all know to make that happen, you have to have a program that people will be excited about.
Yes, yes.
The thing you don't want to ever do when you're in the leadership development mode is waste people's time.
Absolutely.
So you want people to come. They may not necessarily know what they need or what they're looking for, but they're coming because they are searching. They're searching to be better. Even the best leaders, and these are leaders in their jobs, in their communities, so they understand leadership. That's not the issue, but they also see themselves as growing further. You know, growing into the opportunities that could be afforded to them. And hopefully the leaders who emerge from this particular session will be not just our president-elects, but they will go on to possibly be district governors or RI directors, or we may have an international president sitting in the midst of the group that we have here today. But we have to ensure that they are ready and prepared to take on that journey and not be afraid of it, to be able to walk out, and I grew up with someone always telling me just to step out on faith, that you will be just fine, but have the tools that you need to do it well.
Now, what's interesting is Deborah and I are sitting here. We were sitting in other chairs last year. We were president-elects, and we emerged very well prepared for what people knew, and we had to count on our life's preparation for the unexpected. And what became significant for us is we depend on each other. We can pick up the phone. Hey, girl, what are you doing about this? What are you doing about that? And it feels good. So I would say, I don't know if we've used the word, we're building community.
Oh, absolutely.
Here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Building community here. We have some of the best and amazing leaders here who are sharing their talents and their gifts with others to ensure that we have those tools that we need. That's phenomenal, to bring everyone together. Some of the topics we have: diversity and inclusion, herding butterflies. How do you do Rotarians? We have,
which means they're all different, they have the potential to go in all different directions.
And again, I'd like to come back to, in the midst of all of these individuals, I would be excited to know that there is a president of RI sitting here. Tyra, I think it could be you.
Oh, yeah. Well, what I have appreciated, and for those of you that just may hear this one interview, is we've been together as an organization for over 115 years. And the young man, the 37-year-old man who had the vision and pulled three of his, quote, boys together and said, let's build something where there are no barriers, that the doors are open. And Deborah and Tyra are sitting here as African American women who were able to walk through a door as a result of that vision all these years later. And Paul Harrison had no idea. And what Deborah's saying, we have no idea of the doors that she and her team have opened for these young people. I have my president-elect in the midst, and she looked at me today. I was standing there, and she says, I had no idea. And she's been coming to all the club meetings, but they didn't understand there's always something unseen that's significant, right?
And that's the face of the leader. They have to, that's why we do this.
Yes.
So when they stand before their membership or the community, as you just indicated, many don't really know. But we are to become now the face of the
Yes.
And that's been, for me, the most exciting thing since we came together. We met. Look at the friendships and the bonds that
absolutely
created as a result of this. We met last year, and I often tell that story. When we got upstairs, we had to introduce ourselves, and we were two former school administrators.
Right.
And you should never put microphones or anything else in our face.
And we sat next to each other.
And we turned the place out.
And people go, who are they? What? And I have to say this. Rotary has given us permission to have a platform, to deposit into this and the next generation, and to be able to say to people what they may not hear often is that you're worthy and you got this.
You got this.
Absolutely.
Right. And it's been good. I'm just so delighted that you're here, that we are having opportunities for our PEs or our president-elects to even sit with you. This is a gift that they are receiving, having you interview them, having an opportunity for them to search, just have this natural conversation. That's not something that and people take that for granted, that everyone can just sort of sit down and have these conversations.
Right.
You're going to give them an opportunity to grow internally as well, just by sitting here and doing this.
And I always say at the end of my radio show, people go, oh, is it already over? And they said, you're having a really good time. And what they don't understand, for me, this is like an adult play date. I love connecting. I love caring. I love empowering and encouraging. And that's what Rotary allows to emerge in its future leaders. Give us a closing word of wisdom. Future, present, past, it doesn't matter.
I like to think of the future.
Okay.
Because the past is behind us. Of course, we always learn from the past, and we should never forget the past. But we should not allow that to keep us from envisioning the future. If you can envision it, you can achieve it. Rotarians are learners. Rotarians are achievers. Rotarians are connected to the world. Rotarians build capacity of others. All of that are leaders, and just in just different roles, in different bodies, in different hairstyles, in different clothing. But it's the passion that we bring because of who we are.
Yes.
And what we want to happen for our futures. I hope every day that I go into a Rotary meeting, and I've had an opportunity to take my own children with me.
Yeah, I did that.
So to model for them what their hopes and dreams can look like. It only takes one.
That's right.
It only takes a minute.
That's right.
And what you can achieve if you know what you value.
Yep.
And envision it.
Yep.
Grab hold of it. Turn it loose, and you'll be just fine.
All right. You've been listening to the wisdom of Ms. Deborah Jackson, current president of the McLean Rotary Club and district. Now, you say the title. I was going to say trainer. You say the appropriate title.
The appropriate title is Leadership Development Facilitator.
All right.
That's the new title that this role will have here going forward. That's the vision.
Did you hear that? That's the vision. Thank you very much, Deborah. Y'all stay tuned.